He was very beautiful. I mean, like, everyone who saw him was just like, this is the cutest baby in the world. He was incredibly strong. I remember at, just like maybe 8 weeks, if that, he was like already rolling over. He was incredibly smart and could pick things up so quickly that it was remarkable, and loved everyone, and everybody loved him. He loved pulling his sister's hair, so he was just like a normal boy. Luka earned the nickname very early in life, Luka the Lion, because he just had this personality. Like, he was clearly very brave. I mean, you gave him an injection and he would clap and say, I did it. There was virtually nothing that bothered him. He definitely had this level of bravery that was far beyond normal. Luka was one of a kind. I mean, we all are, but there was something special about him. Like, for all of us who knew and loved him, it's incredible to think that he didn't even live 2 years, but I think we've all who knew him learned like a lifetime from him. Luka was born with a genetic disease that is thought to be unique to him. It's essentially an immune deficiency disease, which means that he was born with some parts of his immune system missing and some parts not working together. But that was something that we had to discover over time, because it wasn't this clear test that told you that. This was a series of tests for the first 12 months of his life. And after 12 months, a team of doctors, in consultation with other doctors around the country, decided that his bone marrow was incompatible with life, which basically meant that his bone marrow did not work, and the types of treatments and medications that we were using to treat him just were not going to be sustainable over time. So Luka had a perfect 10 out of 10 bone marrow match from an anonymous donor, and he received a bone marrow transplant. He went through 2 weeks of chemo to basically suppress his immune system and to kind of wipe it out so that the new bone marrow's immune system could populate and grow in his body. And that's where he just developed complication after complication. Just a lot of viruses that he was getting, because when you have a bone marrow transplant, you take a lot of medication to suppress your immune system. He fought really hard for several months, but eventually, December 1st, he passed away from complications to his bone marrow transplant.
Hi, Luka. Hi.
We're in the ICU, and Luka points past me. Like, I could tell he's not pointing at me, and he just kind of looks up and is like, lion, lion. And I was like, okay. And I thought, oh, maybe maybe he's just not with us anymore. And I turned my head, and there was a lion painted at like the top of the patient room. It became very clear in the UNC pediatric ICU that we needed to honor him. And not just honor him, but do it to help others who might be following in his footsteps, so that it can be just a little bit better for them and their parents.